So, how are you supposed to get control of your life? Here's how. Backwards engineering. Remember that most things happening in your life are coming from reaping the seeds that you have sown into your soul.
The law of attraction is a component of the law of creation. This is the secret of the secret.
These seeds were sown into the soil of your soul by your right brain or your left brain. Using your imagination, it plants these seeds or these images in your soul to be nurtured and harvested into your life. Your left brain works along with the ego, and your right brain works with the spirit to control which seeds are planted in your soul, which determines much of your future. The ego, known by many names such as the saboteur, the critical mind, the trickster, the flesh, or the word flesh spelled backward, H-self, which I call the hidden self, has one objective, and that is self-preservation, to keep you safe, to keep you walled in, to keep you in bondage. The spirit, or your true self, is to see you grow.
Growth is never by mere chance. It is the result of forces working together. J.C. Penney.
Your ego's intention is to stop any change. Your spirit's intention is to create change. And they're both fighting to gain control of your attention, which manages your imagination, which plants the seed in your soul that can create the life that you desire and that you are supposed to be fulfilling. So the battle is for your attention. The word attention comes from the word attend. Attend, or to tend, means to stretch. Like when you tend a garden and you open the ground and you pull the weeds, you're tending to your garden. Well, your attention is tending to your imagination, which is planting the seed. So your attention is either being used by your ego or your spirit. I think it's time to get away. To take the images in your imagination, which are the seeds of your future, and plant them in the soil of your soul, the sowing process. So if the ego is planting the seeds, you're going to reap a life of self-preservation and bondage by the saboteur, the trickster, the flesh, the hidden self, the critical mind, whose purpose is contrary to your spirit. Because we're not physical beings. We're spiritual beings living in a physical body, and we have a soul, which through faith, whether it's bad faith or good faith, creates most of the life that we live. The spirit uses the tool of attention, taking the seeds of your imagination and burying them in the soil of your soul so they could nurture and create or produce the life that we were promised through the desire, which in Latin means from the Father, or the design, the outmark, or that we've marked out for our life.
When you connect with your attention, you become present or in His presence. Then you can capture your imagination. There, you conjure your word, where you agree on the desires of your heart, which are from the Father. That is faith, which creates unstoppable change in your life. So take your attention back from the saboteur in your life, your ego, your flesh, and begin to create the life you desire.
The ego, or the critical mind, or the flesh, favorite tool is fear. And when you sow fear, you reap fear. The spirit's favorite tool is faith. And when you sow faith, you reap prosperity in your mind, in your heart, and in your life. So the fight that you're fighting every day, the fight that determines what your outcome in your life is going to be, is the battle between your ego and your spirit. And which one has your attention, which controls your imagination, which controls whether your seeds are based in fear or in faith. And when that seed is planted in your soul, it's a spiritual metabolic process, which means to throw, or to overthrow, or metabolic means change. Things can be going great, and then fear sets in and everything changes because you have overthrown the blessing and brought it into a place of fear. Or if you're in a place of fear or discouragement or depression or selfishness or emotional exuberance, which we call pride, you can go into the Spirit and bring faith, and it metabolizes into your system and overthrows or changes what's coming out of you and happening in your life, your harvest, what you're reaping, and bring a different result.
Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. If you want to see changes in your finances, relationships, health, etc., you have to change the process inside of you that is creating it and got you into the situation in the first place. This changes everything.
So here's the thing. This metabolic process happens 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, from the day you're born to the day you die. The only question is what are you putting into that process? Is it fear or is it faith? So you have to fight. So this is about fighting. You have to have courage. You have to make a decision. You have to choose a path and say, I'm going to live like this. You have to become a disciple of the information. Keep listening to these videos and make a determination that your attention is going to be controlled by your spirit. That's why it's so important to go to the website and listen daily to the daily meditation that brings you into a place that sets the tone so that your spirit is in charge and not fear and worry and doubt and depression, because you can become an overcomer. You can overthrow that and your life will never be the same. I'll see you there.